feature of all of these damaged areas is that they must be treated appropriately to help the skin rebuild itself and reduce the risk to get an ugly scar. However, to provide a skincare product suitable for weakened skin, we need to understand what's going on there. Let's have a look at the healing process. When the skin is damaged, the body triggers a natural biological mechanism of healing. This is one of its greatest skills. It's able to repair itself. With help from the immune system, the skin goes through some phases to rebuild itself. Initially, a clot is formed to stop the bleeding and fill the gap with temporary material. This is known as the scab, the red pieces here. And at the same time, as a gap is open, the immune system gets involved to prevent infection and therefore fight against undesirable germs that you see in green here. The nerve fibers in yellow here inform the brain of the condition of the skin and keep the focus on this weakened area, so to speak. After a while, however, it becomes uncomfortable. This is followed by the repair phase. The body recreates new skin tissue based on the temporary clot, so please do not remove it. And the damaged area gradually closes. Finally comes the remodeling phase, which restores suppleness and strength to the skin. Even if the nature does most of the work, at NAOS we are committed to help. According to our ecobiological principles, we want to help the skin regain its balance by itself, by supporting its natural healing process as best as possible. The ingredients introduced in Cicabio Crème has been chosen to support the healing process. To gain a better understanding of how it works, I'll take you where it all begins, in our laboratories. Here we are at the heart of our laboratories. This is here that all our products are created and where Cicabio Crème was born. To know more about it, follow me. Hello Sophie.
Hello Héloïse.
I'm here with Sophie Armando, formulation expert for Bioderma. When the skin is damaged, it needs a cream with a very soft texture that do not hurt when it is applied and provide skin comfort and protection. This is why our laboratories have developed a plaster effect texture that creates a breathable protective film. Sophie, you are making a water in oil emulsion. Can you explain what is it and how does it work?
A water in oil emulsion means that water droplets are dispersed in oil, or fat if you prefer. This type of emulsion is expected to be very rich in oil, not so much in water. Our emulsion, however, contains a very large amount of water, which will normally make it unstable.
Do you mean that it may crack?
Yes, you can say that. For example, imagine a balloon filled with water. There is a large quantity of water wrapped with a very thin layer of rubber. The risk of explosion is very high. It's quite the same for our emulsion. A very big quantity of water wrapped in a very thin layer of oil. And it's not stable at all. But yet we managed to make it stable by using a special technology. Instead of introducing that much water into such a small amount of oil, we turn the approach on its head. We jellified water to give it consistency, and we gently wrap this gel in a very small amount of oil. As a result, when applied onto your skin,
there's no greasy feel.
Exactly.
So this emulsion with the high water content is giving the plaster effect texture.
Yes, absolutely. The oil forms a protective film, which not only protects the weakened area from external stress, but also maintain it in a moist environment, conducing to heal. Would you like to try?
Sure. The cream spreads easily. There's no friction upon application. The texture is very light and fresh, due to the high water content, I guess. But why is it not white?
The color comes from the mixture of copper, which is blue, and another active ingredient. This is completely normal.
As you know, when the skin is weakened, it has very specific needs. With Cicabio Crème, we address those needs by creating optimal conditions for the skin to heal. Maybe you don't know this, but the skin needs water to heal. This is part of skin ecology. Not too much, of course, but the right amount. Sophie, which ingredient is involved to keep this moist environment?
This role is played in particular by hyaluronic acid, which is naturally found in the skin. It can retain up to 1,000 times its weight in water, like a sponge, thereby keeping the area moist to promote healing. It also plays a key moisturizing role. It is a #1 natural water reservoir in the skin.
But when I read the list of ingredients, it doesn't mention hyaluronic acid, but sodium hyaluronate. Why?
Sodium hyaluronate is simply another form of hyaluronic acid, and as soon as it comes in contact with water, a balance is struck between both forms.
Another key principle at NAOS is the observation of what nature does best, to develop effective and long-lasting solutions. Being guided by biomimetism is a fundamental principle of this scientific approach, ecobiology. Sophie, you know that Cicabio Crème is a really good example of this approach.
In addition to hyaluronic acid that we have already discussed, we have also selected anthracisine.
A biomimetic active ingredient.
That's right. Anthracisine is specifically used in Cicabio. This active ingredient is directly inspired by our own internal pain regulation mechanisms. Anthracisine helps soothe the sensations of discomfort we sometimes feel when our skin is healing, for example.
Yes, and it also reduces the itching sensation. Cicabio Crème contains another key active ingredient, an Asian plant extract, Centella asiatica. This one helps the skin repair itself.
As you can see, the active ingredients of Centella asiatica enhance the synthesis of the skin's components to help it repair itself.
And last but not least, the copper-zinc complex helps to cleanse the damaged area. Thank you, Sophie.
You're welcome.
Cicabio Crème has shown very good results on weakened skin. Its efficacy is clinically proven. 92% of the doctors who tested it are convinced of its efficacy. 7 clinical studies were performed on more than 1,300 people and demonstrated the efficacy and tolerance of Cicabio Crème in different situations. 89% of volunteers noticed the quality of skin repair after 15 days. This product is also available with high sun protection, SPF 50+. When exposure to the sun cannot be avoided, this will help to reduce the risk of persistent marks on the skin. Think about it.